Alright, so I fired my scriptwriter because she was doing fucking awful. She wasn't doing jack shit for me. So, obviously it was the right move because I'm looking at the scripts that she wrote for me and they're fucking awful. So, you're gonna get one where it's just me speaking off the cuff, as they say. So, I guess essentially what I'm gonna be talking about is how so many of you guys are fucking awful at making videos that convert and make actual dollars. You guys are all focused on jerking off on how many views your video got, but that's not the most important thing. Why do views matter, right? Like, why do they matter? It's only to make money from it anyways. The only reason why you're posting videos to begin with is to make money. And half of you guys don't know how to make videos that make money. So, let me break it down for you in this short drive, I guess. First thing is, I touched this on the course that I put all my editors through. But first thing is nobody's gonna buy from you if they don't think you're a smart person. They're not gonna buy from you if you don't tell them anything that's profound, something that they didn't know. So they view you as a smarter, more intelligent person. Like, why would you buy, I don't fucking know, like, why would you buy like a course on how to scale to $100,000 per month from a person that's never even fucking done it? It just makes no sense. Why would you do that? So you gotta get people to think that you are of a certain caliber in whatever you sell. For example, in this scenario, for me at least, I'm a great video editor and a great video marketer. So the only course that I could logically sell is a course about how to make good videos. But if you didn't know me as a good video marketer, you wouldn't buy any of my shits. That's issue number one. But that's what you're struggling with. Nobody's looking at you and thinking, oh my gosh, this guy's a genius. I'll buy whatever he sells because he's a great person. No. It's like the same thing with like Iman. If Iman didn't, get so much success in the agency space, nobody would be buying his agency course to begin with. It makes no sense. So do the same thing. That's like the pre-planning for the war. You guys think it's all about, putting the craziest transitions, doing an effect that nobody has seen before. Shut the fuck up. There's videos of fucking Andrew Tate going viral with only just Alex Hormozy captions. Clearly it's not about the video editing it's not all about the video editing. Alright? So get that through your head first. Next thing is, you guys are going way too niche. I see it all the time. You guys are trying to set up a video where you guys are talking about some really advanced thing that only 0.1% of the population is going to even know what you're talking about to begin with. And furthermore, they're not even going to know what they take away from that video. So, the best thing you could do is intentionally talk about things that are very high level. So my classic example that I always give, at least this is what we purposely did for one of our trader clients, is that don't talk about fucking so high level shit. Don't talk about oh, I'm seeing a double titty setup here on the chart. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the cum rocket and then we're gonna 100x on this trade. Nobody knows what the fuck a double titty is, okay? What you want to do is talk about so much basic shit, like support and resistance, right? You talk about it in a way where it makes you look intellectual. Pretty ironic, because I said intellectual, but I can't even pronounce the word, so clearly I'm not an intellect. But you get what I'm saying. Talk about very surface level things where it makes you seem like you're smart, because then that'll open up the widest funnel for you. Let's go back to the example. If you're talking about a double titty setup, only I don't know, maybe 100,000 people would understand what a double titty setup is. But if you talk about support and resistance, 5 million people are going to understand it. And so now the potential of your videos getting 5 million views is a lot more likely than a fucking double titty video going up to 5 million views. It just makes no sense. The economics doesn't work. There's not enough people to watch a double titty video for it to do well. Another thing too is views don't mean shit if nobody's buying. And I know I said this earlier, and I know I'm just saying it to stress the point, is that the less amount of leads that you have, the less amount of views you have means that you get less leads. That is a blatant fact. But the reason why I say views don't matter is because there are some videos where they get 5 million views, but there's no leads that come from it. 0% actually. But then there's some videos, for our clients specifically, they like maybe get like 1,000, 2,000 views, but they print leads. They print. And it's about meticulously posting videos and making videos to begin with a specific reason on why you're making it to begin with. You guys are like making videos, editing it up so that like the most views, that video gets the most amount of views. But that's not how it works. The way I teach my editors to think about making videos is views, it's just a byproduct, you know? Like it doesn't really matter. Like what makes a client more happy? The fact that they made $1 million, or that the fact that their video got 5 million views? You know? I don't know about you, but I personally get way more hype making $1 million than making a video that makes 5 mil views. So point number 2 is stop making videos that are so niche down, because you sound like you're smart, and which you are, but you're not going to create a wide enough funnel for yourself. It's like a balancing act. You want X amount of views, but you also don't want to make, 2x views to make, like you have X amount of, let's say you have Y number of views, but you want to 2Y it. So like 2 times Y. So double it. For you math nerds that don't understand what the fuck I'm saying. But you want to 2Y it, okay? But you shouldn't 2Y it at the expense of the quality of the leads coming in. Because why wouldn't you rather get on 5 sales calls and then close 1 out of the 5 each and every time, than get on 20 sales calls and close up 1? It doesn't make sense. That's what some people are doing when they make videos specifically to get a fuck ton of views. That's just not how it works. Another thing I want to talk about too is I think we are getting to the stage where everything in life, the experts and the people that just either just got into it or they're just taking it too casually, that gap is gonna widen so much. I'm on Twitter and I see fucking video editors talking about how they're so good, they're like the go-to video editing, but they make $2K a month. And they think it's like a flex to talk about how they make $2K a month. Like, oh, look at me. I have a client that pays me $1,000 per month and I only make them 30 videos. Why is that a flex? It makes no sense. I guarantee you, if I hit up any of their clients, they would instantly ditch their ass and come to me, because I know I can make them 8x the money that they're paying us. It's a blatant fact. It is a blatant fact. I've never had a client where they pay me my retainer plus the performance and they don't get their money's worth. It's like simply not, it's not even an option. There's no way that ever happens, because I know my formula works. I'd never make a course about why what my formula is. There's no way. There's no way, because then I'd be essentially trading up a few $1,000s, maybe even a cool mill, for what? The longevity of my company? It makes no sense. So I guarantee you, maybe 5 years from now, all these marketers, it's going to really boil down to maybe like 50 top level marketers. Everybody else, like everybody that's on the bottom, if you're the 51st, the 400th best marketer, you're going to be fucking under a bridge. You're going to have no food on the table. I guarantee you, that's a fact. And that's with everything. I have a buddy, he works at Citadel. He's a low latency specialist. He makes around $600,000 a year, and their bonus is like quite high because it depends on how well Citadel does. But he only has a software engineering background. But I know so many people with software engineering backgrounds and even degrees, but the best they could do is get like a $100,000 job, and it's not even in like a major tech company. It's just like a bootleg one, you know? So what separates those two? The fucking skill. And that skill is just gonna widen and widen and widen. So it is your job to figure out how you could at least get onto the other side, or try to find an advantage where you close that gap. I could tell you one trick that makes videos go boom. I could tell you it. But the thing is if I tell you it, everybody's gonna do it, and then that trick is no longer a trick. That is the new standard. So then you're fucked, because now the trick that I just told you is no longer a trick, so you're basically back to where your current position is right now. But for me, I have a framework on how to come up with genius ideas, on how to gain an edge over all you shit marketers. So, even if I told you it, I just think back in my head, you know, maybe it'd take me like a few days, weeks, months, who knows? But I have the capabilities of figuring out another trick where I could gain an edge over you motherfuckers. You guys are too focused on like the actual video editing. Like if you're spending so much time on Adobe Premiere Pro, After Effects, all that stupid shit, don't call yourself a marketer. You're a fucking video editor, a glorified one, to be fair. The real money is placing good video editors in their position to execute the marketing campaign that you know is going to print for your clients. That's where the real money's made. Last point that I want to talk about. You video editors, you guys think you guys are good, but really, like you're making the video good by your own definition. But a video shouldn't be by your own definition. It should be based on the clients, right? So just because you threw in like a conversation that you really enjoyed from the raw footage doesn't mean it was meant to be there. A video is supposed to suck in the viewers. It's supposed to immerse them. I always say, if you're getting complimented for the videos that you do, you're doing your job wrong. If people notice the edits that you made, you've done your job completely wrong. You're supposed to get them to not even notice the edits. You're supposed to suck them in. Like, you guys are editing videos in a way where you like it, you know, how you like to do it. Why do you think, like, sometimes I see videos and then they go by like, they say like, oh, this was like X style, you know, like, oh, this is a Iman style video. This is a Hormozy style video. Bro, you have your own brain. Why don't you think of your own style instead of copying somebody else's? It makes no sense. There's no way you're gonna have a higher conversion rate using Iman's style than Iman himself. Like, there's no way. Same thing with Hormozy. You guys are editing it in a way where it's not right for them. It's not right for the client. For example, if I was on recording right now, you know, I'd be having some hip hop in the background. There's no way I would do hip hop for like some of my clients because that's just not what their branding is like. Maybe there's some of them, they're more sophisticated, so I wouldn't want to have Lil Baby in the background as they're speaking. But there's people like Alex where he loves Yeet, so it just makes sense to put Yeet as the background music. That's what he brands himself as. But you guys wouldn't even consider doing these kinds of stuff. Also, last thing I'll say is you guys are doing too much in a short form video. You guys, like, first thing I guarantee most of you guys do is just cut out the dead spaces. You don't know why you cut out the dead spaces. Well, you do know why, because you want it to be faster paced. But then sometimes making it faster paced doesn't always mean it's good. Sometimes there's intentionality behind making it slow. Sometimes it's to emphasize things. Sometimes it's for, making the scene a little bit more somber, more timid. That's my last thing. Everything else, just fucking figure it out on your own, And at the end of the day, you guys, I could already tell, some of you guys don't like to video edit. You guys just video edit to make $1. Like, that's some of you guys. Some of you guys do it to make some money, and that's it. And then as soon as you guys are done with your project, close that shit up, hit save, and then you get the fuck out and start jerking off. Every single one of my guys, as soon as they're done a project, either they're going to sleep, waking up to do the same thing, or they're opening up After Effects on an new composition, and they're playing around with new shit. And I know half of you dumb motherfuckers wouldn't do that. Just do the same thing. Just go around, play around with it. It's pretty simple. If you love the craft, then you would do that. If you don't, and you only look at it as a means to make money, I'm sorry, but I'm going to take every single market share that you have, all of your clients, and you can't do shit about it. Because I know your clients are wasting their money because I could be giving them 3x minimum on what they're doing right now. You're like wasting their time if you don't love this shit. I love this shit. And if you don't love it, fuck. I mean, just find something that you love and then just make that into your job, honestly.